Yeah. Man.
Dude, the throwing tie, holy man.
Yeah. Well, it's actually Ty. His name is. It's not as hard to pronounce as I thought, or they thought it would be. When I pronounced it while they were here, they were very impressed that I said it right. But it's Tianyi. But Ty, it's just easier for everybody, and I don't like mispronouncing people's names anyway, so I went to Ty most of the weekend. But man, what a cool experience, dude! Like, it blew me away when he first hit me up. I had thought that because he was in Canada for college. And
are you doubling? Are you hearing audio twice? I'm hearing audio twice. Are you guys hearing audio twice that are viewers?
Please, can you answer in the chat? I'm using the same mic I did last time.
Yeah. I'm not seeing anybody in the chat yet.
Maybe
I just went ahead and just cut them off to see if that was going to be a problem.
Hopefully we have someone answer us here in a minute. How's the audio, guys? Can you answer, please?
It's about a 20-second lag.
Still?
Hopefully we have someone answering us a minute in the chat. That's what it just said to me.
Is there still a lag? Audio is good, he said. It's lagged for you though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Well, shit.
That really.
Or I don't know. Maybe I'll switch my. See what happens.
Yeah, I just cut these off, but yeah, it's literally like 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's a lot. What about now? Can you hear me?
Somebody says lagging.
Dude, I hate this so much. It drives me nuts. Jay says he doesn't notice. It's fine on my end.
Oh, it's fine too. I'm sure you can hear me, but in a little bit, I'm going to hear all of us again. Jay says he doesn't notice. I just heard it again. So.
Oh, it's doubling. I see.
Yeah.
Well, and you turned off your mic?
Yeah, these are off.
Damn.
Do you want me? Hey, you want me to jump out and jump back in?
Yeah, let's try that. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Well, hopefully I can send him. Dude, I'm sorry, guys. This really makes me mad. So I don't even know how to send him another invite. Oh, wait. Oh, man, I hope this works. All right, I got to send just a moment, guys. Hopefully this works this time.
Hello.
Okay, that sounds loud and clear on my end. You.
Yep, you sound good. All right. Fuck.
Oh,
every time. Sorry. All right.
It's okay, man. I had some problems with the live again in the Throjo over the weekend, and dude, we had 18,000 viewers on our live Friday. That's it. It was crazy. So we decided to do it again, and we got like 260.
That's rad, though. I mean, like nobody gets 18,000 on a live.
Dude, I mean, that's double of what the highest number I ever got. But okay, let me get into it. So TY, when I interviewed him that first time, he told me that he was going to college in Canada, and I didn't realize he was so close to graduating. Or maybe he did tell me and I forgot. But he told me that he was going to take a trip to the United States, and I had assumed that he was going to take a trip across the United States to check it out before he went back home, because he's going to fly back to China soon. and he asked if he could stop by my house. And I'm like, yeah, man, yeah, of course. And he's like, well, let me know when it works. And I was like, you can come now. I don't care. You know, I'll have you over. So we only set this up last Monday. And then he drove, him and his girlfriend, Mia, drove down and got here on Friday. But yeah, come to find out, he was just coming down here to see me. That was the only reason. And while he was here, I was trying to think of something. I was like, man, what can I take him to go see? It's Indiana. It's the United States. I was like, I gotta show him something. And dude, there's nothing around here. There's nothing. There's like, we have lakes, we have rivers and corn. That's it. But when I mentioned to him that I wanted to take him somewhere to show him some stuff, he didn't really want to go anywhere. He just wanted to hang out here and throw knives with me and stuff. And it was super cool, man. They were such nice people. It was a really good experience. We got to hang out for like 8 to 10 hours both days. But you know, this is just such a crazy thing. I think when did he jump on the scene? Was that over the winter?
I guess. I mean, you guys exposed him. I
yeah,
have no clue about him at all.
Well, he got into the couple of the throwing groups, and then one person who I won't name any names was being a real jerk. And
no way. Are you serious?
Yeah. And you know what? I decided, you know what? Let's give the dude a benefit of the doubt. So I reached out to him and decided to do an interview with him. And he seemed cool as hell, man. He didn't seem like he had any ulterior motives and stuff. And I understand that some people were standoffish because of the other Chinese throwing knife companies that kind of infiltrated the groups there for a while. And by the way, JXC, JXO, Throw Club, and Winco, WINCO, all three of those on Amazon. I had suspicions that those were the same company. And TY confirmed that I was right. And I was like, thought so. They're just the same conglomerate. And, then I kind of had to explain to TY why I couldn't support them anymore. And the only reason was because had it been a knife thrower that was, putting those designs out there, then it would have been different. But it was just some giant Chinese company that's just here to make money. And so, they are still an excellent knife for the price, and I still recommend them. But I'm not going to be helping them in any way, because there for a minute they were asking me questions and how to design knives and stuff, and I had actually helped on a couple different things. But yeah, that got terminated pretty quickly. But yeah, man, it was just an awesome time. He's an excellent thrower. He's only been throwing for 2 years, and that dude can throw no spin, dude. And that's basically all he does. He doesn't really throw knives very often. He's mainly just a bow shuriken guy. But man, the power that he can generate, dude, it's incredible. It's like kung fu. That's the best way I can describe it.
It looks very explosive. Like his movement is very smooth but very explosive.
Yeah, and I've seen Loic throw in person several times. I've seen Jason Johnson throw in person. And those are some of the hardest throwers I've ever seen. And I think that
Travis, Deshaun,
he can throw pretty hard. But it was just something else to see in person, man. And we just had so much fun, dude. He's never thrown rotation before. I had him throwing everything I had. I had him throwing double.
He caught a can at your place.
Yeah. I was like, we have to get you a stick of can, please. And
it was gangster.
Yeah, it was. We had so much fun, dude. So much fun. And he brought me and my girlfriend presents. And I don't drink liquor anymore, but he brought me some Chinese rice. It's like a vodka, but not really. And I was like, dude, I say I will definitely do a couple shots with you. That you brought this for me. So we had some shots, and it wasn't terrible. And he was calling me the big knife throwing big brother. And
nice, dude.
It was super cool, man.
That is cool. That is super, super cool, man. You do a lot for it. So
you just don't judge people fucking based on, I don't know, just, and then, dude, it was awesome. And he invited me to China. I'm trying to get my my felonies expunged, so maybe next year I can go to China. But I've already kind of promised Marcus that I was going to go to Sweden, and then Loic wants me to go to France. So
On my shower curtain map, they're like this far apart. So.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. China's a little further away. But man, yeah, it's so cool. I might be doing a collaboration, with them, a TE Dojo knife, where my designs coming through them.
Very cool.
And he wants to help with DangerFest. He's going to try to get some of his friends to come from China to DangerFest next year. So the things are still up in the air whether or not I'm going to host DangerFest next year. I'm going to host a throw. I just don't know what yet, because my dad just closed the bait shop 2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
Not just the business. He's just fully retired now. He's just going to be able to do whatever he wants now. He's been a workaholic.
On that bulldozer that he has, that backhoe.
Yeah, that's what I said. You're just going to play around on that backhoe, aren't you? And he says, yeah, probably. So
I would trade a bait shop for that any day. That sounds awesome.
So what's been going on with you, man? What you got to talk about this week?
Just work and work and work. The farm's crazy. Still trying to do the double shot. Still trying to do a bartender and then throw a can and pin it on the bartender can. So it's been windy. So whatever. I go out there 10 or 15 minutes at a time and don't snag.
All you got to do is put some weight in the can, dude. You can take care of that wind.
Yeah, I have tried the weight actually on this trick, and it definitely is gonna. The first can requires it for sure, just to make it stop and stay. I've tried so hard.
Split second. It helps if there's a split second where it stops.
Yeah, man, just a little bit. And I even kind of cheated and taped a piece of like kind of like gauze type stuff on one side of the cleaver, so it'd have like a little bit less, didn't slide so much. Because I'm trying to do it all at about 4-ish meters, just because I don't want to throw it short and then walk back to do the catch, So I'm trying to do it all from a little bit of a distance, and to try to make a can stop on something is pretty difficult when it goes that far. But if it has a backstop, so it can be done. It just
yeah.
It's a lot less can catching and a lot more of just pitching lately is what it's been. I've been getting my steps in. I need one of those watches to see how much.
Yeah.
How many of these I've spent just walking, trying to get the first one to stay on that thing,
So I'm guessing 4 meters is your sweet spot then. That seems to where you do most of your throwing. And then I want to congratulate you on your 3 in a row.
Oh, yeah.
Half spin from 4 meters. I don't think I've seen anybody else do that. Most of the multiple can stuff has always been at 3 meters. So that was badass. Congratulations.
Yeah. Between 4 and 5 is kind of what I don't have a marker, but I do know this route in my yard is like exactly at 4. So usually I end up behind that just a smidge, but it's just how my release is. Like it's a negligible amount of distance difference, but for me, it's a really good amount of time for the flick that I have as a pitch and get to watch that in real time. Because I do like that. I do like the flick that I can get it gone quickly, so then I can start watching it. Because I'm not going to watch my hand, right? So like the people that can lob them up, that's dope. I'm just not comfortable doing it because the can is still in my control, like where I would like to already be kind of like watching it leave and do something else. So that 4 meter area is nice to kind of. You can kind of look at it for a second, you know what I mean? So, but it is in that close kind of whatever kind of flick that is that I like to do. But I like that, and then I like 6 and 7. But I don't like going in the alleyway over and over again over the fence. So as soon as I can, when I come back to DangerFest, I'll try to come a little early again if I can, and I want to get in there and throw where there's margin for error and you don't have to go and chase it. For any of you guys that have an indoor spot, you don't know how lucky you are. Because I'm almost 50 and I'm climbing like over a fence and getting in the bushes trying to find a knife. I'm like, fuck, man. You really get to, that's why I'm like, let's do the half spin from block, because I know that's not going over the fence very much. It'd have to be kind of a fluke. But
why don't you just do something like I do? Throw up a quick backstop, make it a little bit high, and that would alleviate a lot of your problems.
Yeah, or just get better, and that would probably alleviate a lot of problems. But
we all miss. We all,
Yeah, for sure. So what about this little upside down thing you got going on? When you throwing a can in there soon?
Yeah, I actually did. At the beginning of the video, I was doing it, And I was like, oh, I need to figure this out first because I can't. They keep coming back at me. I'm only at 2 meters, so the ricochets are pretty bad, and that's why I'm throwing those. Ty gave me all of his stuff before he left too, so I got his knives and his bow shuriken. You know, but those bow shuriken, I chose those because they're only 85, 84 grams, and if I do get stuck with one, it's not going to be nearly as bad as like a Griffin. But I didn't post the videos of me throwing the cam just because it was so wild and I hadn't figured out my spot yet. So the video I posted today is just me finally figuring out 5 in a row. But yes, I do plan on pinning a can, but the problem is you got to throw it kind of hard. And the ricochets, it's scary. I'm looking backwards like this.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah.
So when you did that whack over the shoulder, did you have any ricochets of that, or did you just have that on lock, that throw on lock already?
I've done that throw quite a bit at my old place. I got that one pretty much on lock, but I'm throwing a knife. Knives don't ricochet like that. And you know what? That's something else I wanted to address. Matt posted a video of him like catching ricochets like twice, like a montage in 2 weeks. Dude, I have caught maybe 2 ricochets in my entire life.
I try to catch them, and I know you shouldn't, but it's just like my limbic system is like, oh, grab it. And
well, not even that. Like I've had chances to, like they're spinning too quickly or whatever. But all I'm saying is, I don't have those instances where knives come back at me like that.
Oh,
like it's I don't know how.
Yeah, Max sucks anyway, right? He's a shitty thrower. I'm just kidding.
Well, in one instance that I can think of, there's a pretty popular guy on YouTube that catches knives and goes viral often. And I'm like, how the fuck are you ricocheting that many knives back into your hand? It's just a weird. I can't, dude. I've tried. I swear, I have tried to ricochet a knife back into my own hand, and well, I did it with that metal pipe. And by the time I eventually got it, I was hitting the top edge of the target. And by the time I eventually got it to come back at me and caught it, it wasn't very impressive. You know what I mean? It was like,
oh yeah,
it just floated back to me, and I was like, there, I just caught it. So it wasn't like.
How about like a cartwheel on a tabletop? Like throw a can and throw a knife, like let it like cartwheel off a table and pin it. That'd be kind of dope. You couldn't do it off the floor, I don't think. But I bet you could get like something kind of like level. You can like.
It's been done with the tomahawk.
Oh, of course it's played.
Yeah, Black Metal Axe has done it, I believe.
That's a cool idea.
Turkey Sandwich was the first one to start bouncing.
Yeah,
axes.
That man can cook.
Yeah.
That dude can make a campfire, man.
Yes, he can. He can cook very good. We usually stop at his house before we go to Joe's.
Well, look at Lauren. She's like, oh yeah, it was turkey.
Yep, it was turkey. Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's super neat. I'm still waiting on seeing this the ping pong ball thing I keep trying to get you to do, like throwing it against the back wall and doing the forward bounce to the target.
Yeah, you'll have to explain that one to me again.
Yeah, so like if the target was this way, you would take something in that giant throjo of yours and throw it back wall, hit the floor, hit the back wall, hit the floor, and go back towards the target.
Ooh.
You can do something like that.
Okay.
You could even do it sideways if you wanted to, like a pendulum style, like throwing it that way and trying to catch it. I think that way is going to be. They're both going to be hard. Just period.
Yeah, that is.
I was watching when you posted that. When you at that Michael, whatever his name was, that cool cat that we don't see anymore.
Michael LeBlanc. He's on vacation.
Okay, sick. When anyway. The log round that you had that rolled away, and you caught that can on it rolling away, only because I've caught that can on that swinging thing coming backwards. I really appreciate how hard your trick was, because that's hard. Going away has got to be way harder, because like mine's coming back to me. Like yours is continuing to. Dude, I want because I have been thinking about trying that on this thing outside, and I'm like, I don't want to spend like a long time on it. You know, like that's a really cool trick. It looks now that I've done that one, I see how hard that one is. Like sometimes some tricks that are hard don't look that hard, and some tricks that are not very hard look really difficult. It's like,
Yeah,
not really, dude. But thanks for thinking it was hard. But that one is yeah, that one was cool because even just throwing on that night that we were just throwing at it, that was hard. You know, I mean, it was just a whole different thing. What something traveling away from you and still trying to throw knives at it. But yeah.
I quickly found that half spin, no bueno, rotation, no bueno. About the only thing that works for that is no spin.
Yeah.
So that's something to keep in mind when everybody talks about combative knife throwing. No spin is about the only one that's going to fucking work.
Yeah.
If you're wanting to put the point directly into the target. And by the way, I actually just got a whole new. My brother just brought over this frame that's got 4 wheels on it, and it's even better set up than the one I have. And I also have a pulley system, and I also have a motor. So I'm going to be working on something like that, not for DangerFest, but probably after DangerFest. But yeah, that should be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. I have 2 old garage door motors that I was going to use to make moving targets at the gun range, go back and forth on that chain, and just have them like upright that could travel the length of what would normally be the chain for a garage door. I bet you could, if you found something like that, those motors are good for making that kind of stuff work. And those parts are, I mean, you can find them anywhere. But if you have an old garage door or something, or your dad has one at the bait shop or something, those make good for mobile targets. I like them with just wheels and ropes because they don't tear up. You don't have to go, oh, the battery. It's just like, oh, pull the string, and it's pretty much the same thing. Or RC cars. I've always wanted to have RC cars with like helium balloons on them, like at the range. I think that'd be so fun. Everybody's like, don't shoot my car. I'm like, none of us should be shooting 4 feet off. You know what I mean? Like,
I've seen those on bigger gun channels on YouTube where they have big RC cars that go in multiple directions. Or whatever.
Cool. Sounds fun.
I've also seen those really rich guys put targets on RC helicopters and planes and fly them around and shoot them out of the air.
Yeah, Lauren, your segue was pretty rad, dude. I don't think anyone. That's definitely one of those world record things that everybody is really psyched on lately. You should go and be the first person to pin a can on a Segway. I guarantee it's that. So I mean, from what it sounds like, those people that are doing like the world records, like they kind of want to get more world records so people can strive to break world records. Is that the? I'm trying to think of what the business model is.
Good question.
For them,
so,
like, I mean,
no. Okay, I know this firsthand. They don't want records broken. They want records set.
Oh, okay.
And here's how I know. Because Guinness Book of World Records actually told me that. But the person that is running, the one that everybody's been sending him into, his name is David Adamovich. It's Throdini. Throdini talked a bunch of shit back in the day. I said I was going to break a bunch of his records, and he came out and said, "Why break my records? Why not just go set your own records?" So he was kind of butthurt about all that. But so who knows? But like, dude, almost everything we do is a world record. I mean, almost everything. There's not a whole lot of stuff that we're trying to actually beat each other at. We're always trying to be original. And someone may step up and,
well, unless you do something like, man, I almost get my feelings hurt sometimes. Like you'll post something, and then for the next 5 days, there's like 18 people that'll pull that shit out kind of in some way. I'm like, I guess that's homage or whatever, but man, like, y'all can't copy some other people too. Show us some love, man. I mean, it seems like a lot of your stuff gets done, and then it gets done, and I'm like, I mean, it's rad. I love seeing people go, I'm going to go knock that out now. Like, that's what I think is so cool about it. They're like, I'm going to go do what he did. And I'm like,
yeah, I don't mind. There's no hostility there. There's no hostility there unless it was someone that I didn't like. I don't.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't think it's a one-up kind of thing. I think it's your creativity getting exposed so people can see it, and they go, I'm going to go do that. That's my next checked box. I think that's rad.
Well, Lobo told my girlfriend Alicia this a couple years ago. He gave me a lot of flowers, and he was saying that, he really respected me because I was like the one that was kind of originating some things, and he was saying that once Brandon does it, then people can see that it's actually doable, and then they go out there and do it. So yeah, the only one that I'm a little salty is Bloomstat. He beat my world record for a pin can, which I'm not really salty about it. I need
He's a
to
beast, man.
I need to beat it again. He beat me by like 6 inches or something like that. So, but it's really hard to do. It's 30. I did 33 feet 6 inches, and he did like 34 something.
12-meter can pin?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one I turned into Guinness.
So that throw, obviously that can is weighted.
Yeah.
Is that can coming down by the time your knife leaves, or is it kind of like at the apex hang point? Like how?
Dude, I'm throwing hard. I'm throwing rotation.
I know.
It's about 5 rotations, I think. I'm chucking that thing. I had a big backstop, like an impalement target, and I'm chucking it and then throwing immediately.
Oh, immediately.
So,
yeah.
Pretty much immediately. Yeah.
I was trying to think of what that timing would look like that in the air. Like how long would you watch that before you set something after it? That's
if I think about it, I'll send it to you. I get on my YouTube.
Yeah.
But when I'm doing it out here, it's even more difficult because I have 12-foot ceilings. So I'm throwing. listen. I'm throwing with my offhand a can that weighs about 50 to 55 grams because I started weighing them out because I started playing with different weights and stuff.
You should do that if you're going to put weight in it.
I have to chuck that can and it skims the ceiling. And if I don't skim the ceiling, it'll either hit the ceiling and fall or it just won't get there. And then I'm throwing so hard, dude. I'm racing the can with a knife because I can't get it up in the air long enough to wait.
What knife are you using?
What's that?
What knife are you using?
The 8.5 inches of Danger, the skinnier one. So that's another thing.
You're not throwing it rotational.
No, I'm doing half spin, dude.
Sick.
Yeah, and I got some really, really good attempts, man. I was on it last summer. I thought I had it, and then I screwed up my arm, and I had to wait because I went back and I watched my video, and my arm is tweaked back like a major league pitcher,
Oh yeah.
Man, yeah,
that's cool though.
I'll get it. I promise.
Yeah. So I definitely want to see the can pin upside down because when I did mine, looking at it inside of the the selfies of the camera and doing the underhand. Yeah, dude, backwards is gonna be wild. Like that pitch has got to feel like it's not going where you think it's going to go.
Yeah.
So are you doing So when you did it, were you doing an underhand lob, or were you doing like a backward basketball pitch?
I was tossing the can like this, tossing the bow shirt like that. So
you need to wear a helmet.
No, helmets are for pussies.
You need to get you a vagina helmet then.
Well, so I've already started thinking about this. I'm going to hang upside down from my knees and pin a can.
Okay, well, you can't stay there very long.
True, but I'm going to have to get off there every few throws anyway.
Alicia's going to have to make sure that you don't black out and fall on your head. So.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to hang a trapeze rope from the ceiling or a pull-up bar or something.
Upside down.
I think an impalement thrower has done it before. I'm pretty sure I've seen a circus thrower hang upside down and throw knives around a human target.
Yeah, I mean that's just mechanical repeatability, right? I mean you just don't not do that correctly, or that's wrong. but I mean, anytime you introduce an object being thrown or pitched before you throw the knife, it's just a whole different billions of variables in front of you that you wouldn't get otherwise if the only target was the target you were throwing at. So I'm looking forward to seeing the upside down one. I think that's going to be really cool. And if people do start trying to do that after you do it, and they start falling and dropping like flies because they die, it's on you. It's on you. It's on your heart.
You must not have. You must not have remembered me laying down and throwing them I pinned a can to the ceiling.
I know.
Well, and no one's tried that.
Yes, they did. There's 2 or 3 people that did it right after you did it.
Did they? I don't remember.
Yep. I can't think of who they are right now, but I know there's at least 2. For some odd reason, I almost thought Django did it too, but I bet he didn't. What a beast! That guy, man. I mean, he kills me sometimes. Like, he's gangster. Like, and his new stuff that he's been doing, like with the outside with the camera at the target, so you can see his flight path. Like, dude, I mean, because all I've ever seen him is throw like in his spot that's 3, 4, 5 meters probably. Like, he stretches out and looks good on camera, man. That's so rad. He's such a gangster.
Who are we talking about again?
Django Giesen from Frankfurt, Germany.
Yeah.
Golly, man, that three ring circus they pulled off the other day.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's everybody's really stepping it up.
Everybody, man, they just come up like this, start just bang out stuff. But it's people like you that put that foundation down that people could go, oh, this is achievable. I'm going to start here and see what's up. So I mean, a lot of us were able to get like the cliff notes to a lot of stuff. Like we didn't have to put in all of those other hours of even. I mean, it's kind of like if marriage was invented today, would anybody do it? No, because it's stupid. So like, same thing with knife throwing. It's like if no one had caught a can yet, ain't nobody thinking about throwing an empty can in the air and pinning it with a knife. Like nobody's thinking of that at all. World's falling apart, and like we're not thinking about this.
We got to give credit where credit is due. Jason Johnson was the first one,
100%.
Then Lee Mawson came close behind, and Lee Mawson started doing stuff that was just super, super creative. And then Lee Mawson kind of quit throwing, and then I just kind of kept going with it. And
he does like air guns and mopeds or cool stuff or whatever. Like he's always got some artsy, cool stuff going on.
Yeah, I do miss him a lot. Oh, I miss Pro Knife Maker too. I wish he would, Pro Knife Thrower. That's right.
Yeah. I was late to the party on Lee being as pivotal as he was, but talking to you and Jason like years ago, it was it was just very obvious that you guys were the pinnacle of what was going on. Like it wasn't like my algorithm. You guys only came up because of like heavy hitter shooters, and so like whatever that transferred over to. But even after when I started following you guys, another knife thrower never came up in my out. Hey, do you want to see this guy? It was never that. I don't know what that was, but
probably a different algorithm back then.
Yeah,
it's always changing.
But man, like the catch game now that people have, and that is I don't think it's unfortunate, but that is really entertaining to watch, and I do like seeing so many people enjoy being involved in it because there is no catch competition, right? Unless you just have like a little like thing at a throw that is trick shots or whatever. But it's so cool that so many people are kind of like, yeah, I compete. But when I'm not training, I'm over here throwing cans in the air, rings in the air, just like, being creative and having a good time with throwing.
It's just fun.
Really cool. Yeah, it is.
It's just fun, dude. And that's why I think a lot of people are really gravitated to it. And I need to reiterate, fundamentals are key. Fundamentals are more important. But it all depends on what you want to get out of knife throwing. If you just want to go out there and have fun,
very true.
Then just do trick shots. If you want to, be a proficient instinctive thrower, you got to put a lot of time in. If you want to be a good competitive thrower, you got to put a lot of time in because there's other people that are putting a lot of time in.
Judah is killing stuff lately.
Who's that?
Judah.
Oh, dude, we got to give him some flowers too. Judah is
his impalement act that he did the other night was so rad. I was so scared watching it, and I watched some lady in the audience like all the time. She was ducking her head like, oh my god. Yeah, and I'm just thinking like, oh.
Yeah, I talked to him. I talked to him that next morning, and they made a lot of money in 5 minutes.
Oh man, I'm so pumped.
Yeah,
I'm so pumped.
And I'm also working on a couple other projects with Judah in the wings, and really excited for that. He's going to have a venue to throw at in the next few months. So he's going to be hosting throws, and he's all about throwing, man. And he's always been a knife thrower, but it's like the past 2.5 years he's gone like 1,000% into it, and it's been cool to see him. He doesn't
even wear pants anymore. That's how into it he is. Like he just gets up, throws on a loincloth, out the door, man. Like he's out there.
Yeah, he's part Indian. It's part of his wardrobe, you know.
I mean, he was great in The Last of the Mohicans. I just
Mogwai.
mm-hmm. Yep. Him and Wes Studi they could be interchangeable stunt doubles.
Consistency stuff will never be as watchable. Yeah, it's just for the knife throwing nerds, you know.
That's what I was about to say. To an uneducated, broader audience, you're exactly right. To people who can watch Joel or TY all day long and just be like, "What's that?" or Loet or just static throw missiles. Some of us really like that, but it's also kind of like some people like watching golf, and I would rather eat a pine cone. So I mean, it's whatever.
Well, I did try to mix it up. I think last week I did bottle cap, card, can. That's
so
kind of
cool.
mixing
That was so cool.
Accuracy and trick shots. You know, it didn't do very well as far as to the layman watching my videos, but I thought it was something different. You know, and I used to do all kinds of accuracy stuff like that. As a matter of fact, I need to go back and find when Jason Johnson and I were on that summer we were on the whole cap thing. I'm pretty sure I might turn that in. I got 5 caps in 38 seconds.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah. That was 5 in a row, dude. Or 4 in a row, then 5. I can't remember. I'll have to go back and watch it. But
yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Lauren. I appreciate that. Yeah, that one summer, Jason and I were just hanging out a lot and just really, really on accuracy stuff. That was the summer that John Taylor came over from England to Joe's Throw, Broken Feather Palooza, and taught Jason. He taught him how to calm down. And Jason was never really a rotational thrower, but after that one session from John Taylor, Jason turned into a very, very high level rotational thrower. I think he got like 2nd or 3rd at DangerCast back in 2018, the last time we were over at Taylor's parents' house. So yeah, who knows? Maybe Jason will show up this year. We'll see.
Hope he brings some cool stuff to give away to poor people.
Yeah.
Man,
That's
he does
nice
have some really cool designs.
That's a nice shirt you have on.
What's that?
It's a nice shirt you have on. I don't know where mine's at.
Oh yeah, some loser in Indiana, something, I don't know.
He releasing some new shirts here soon.
Cool.
Yeah, for the YouTube channel.
You don't have that same lame guy doing them, do you? Marcus?
No, this one, Marcus is very busy on, dude. DangerFest 2024 is gonna be the shit. It's gonna be the shit, dude. He's already shown me like sneak peeks of like all the T-shirts and designs and stuff.
What? Awesome.
He's a genius, dude. He's so
rad.
good. He knows exactly what I like, and he nails it every time. I just let him go with it, and
he's so fun to be around. He's like the coolest vibe in a convo. Like if you're in a conversation around a campfire, like anything that comes out of his mouth is gold, and it's not very often. So when it comes out, you're like, oh, that was good, man. It's so cool.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite people for sure, man. He's super talented, and I don't know. He had planned on coming down here a couple times this past few months, and didn't end up working out. And now he's got a girlfriend, so I'm worried that I'm going to see him even less. So, things happen. He's growing up.
They grow up so fast.
Well, shit, man. What else do I have? Like, I left my notes outside. It's raining.
Yeah, it was raining here earlier. That's what.
Oh, yeah. Well, shit. I about told you something. I got something coming up soon. I didn't want to.
Sure.
I'm hosting a small throw at my house, and I just didn't put it out there because I can only host so many people. You know. So we're just local people, mostly the Michigan people, and my friends around here are coming over.
Man, you're so lucky to have people even remotely close. I mean, Atlanta is probably the closest other thrower for me. It's 4+ hours.
Well, if you weren't such a jerk, maybe you can make some friends.
I know, dude. Like, oh man, none of my friends want to do any of this knife stuff, and it bums me out so bad. Yeah, I mean, they just stare at me like, "What are you doing?" It's like,
Have they tried it?
No.
See,
I
everybody
know.
likes knife throwing. Everybody does. Not everybody
Dude,
loves it.
Yeah. I mean, people got into axe throwing places, and I mean, I can't even really, but like,
Yeah.
knife throwing is fun, man, but it does have a learning curve, I guess. And I know when you get like our age, like taking on a new hobby is kind of like, whatever. But man, I mean, I think it's super fun, and man, you can just go out and knock it out real quick and come back in. It's like, I mean, I don't smoke cigarettes, so that's what reminds me of it. It's like you can go outside, smoke a cigarette on the porch, and come back inside, or you can go outside and throw for 10 minutes, and come back inside.
Yeah.
I dig it, but yeah, I'm sure it's not for everybody. Like anything. Oh, hey, real quick, who was it that made this that I got from you this past year on the prize table?
It's a Rob Crozier beaver tail.
Rob Crozier beaver tail.
Rob Crozier is, I believe he lives in Tennessee. I met him in 2014. He's he throws knives and he's in a wheelchair, man. It's
Yeah, I
super
remember you telling me that, like
and
chest
he's
down
really,
or something.
Yeah, like from the chest down. So it's super impressive, and he was pretty good, dude. And I haven't seen him since then. I know I've invited him to DangerFest several times. He usually donates some stuff, and yeah, I miss seeing him. Yeah, but hey, Ziggy, I see you there, man. Shoot me a message, Ziggy. Shoot me a message. I got some info for you.
Dude, did you see his video earlier today? The farts video?
No.
Just wait then. Ziggy's on like some I'm gonna be on America's Got Talent or some shit right now. Like I don't know what he's doing over there, but he is funny. Like those cakes and those yoga pants of like last month, and now this
I actually thought about doing that. I thought about doing that exact same video. He just got to it before me, and he actually has a nicer butt than me too, so it kind of worked out.
Yeah, but you could show off the 8.5 inches of danger, and that would be hilarious. Just like pull it out of the front, chuck that thing to a target.
Yeah. Well,
pretty fun.
Well, shit, man. I don't really. I've been kind of faking it this whole time, dude. I'm sweating, man. I think I'm getting sick. I'm sweating bad. I almost ended it earlier. I didn't feel very good before the video. I don't know what's going on with me.
Okay, well, yeah. Do not die on us on camera. People think I did it. Like I'm not there where he is. Just so you guys know, I'm not there.
Well,
I hope you feel better.
Yeah, I don't know. It just started happening like literally 15 minutes before the video started. I was like, oh man, and then like, yeah, I almost ended it 15 minutes in, but I started to feel better, and now I'm starting to feel weird. So I'm sweating, man.
Okay, well, yeah, go get that figured out. None of these people care anyway. They're like, I feel obligated to hang out with you people, and I really want to go back and watch whatever show that they're binging right now. So I get it.
Thanks for doing this, man, and everybody watching. Dude. Please tune in Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. It's when I do my live videos, and yeah, man, I'll hit you up. Maybe we'll do it next week. Maybe not, but
yeah.
All right, dude. Peace.
Bye, guys. See you later.
Later, guys. Thanks for watching.